How are you doing today, guys? I trust you are all doing great. Firstly, I want to appreciate every one of you who take the time to watch our videos, those who share our videos, and those who like our videos. Those who send us DMs, I really appreciate you. Okay, I really appreciate you because you are the one, you are the energy that boosts us in consistency with consistency of doing this video. We really appreciate you. Okay, so please try as much as possible to share this video every time you come across this video. Okay, so what are we discussing on today? As you always know, it is my responsibility to bring to you informations that will help you with respect to real estate, informations that will help you to make a very high return on investment on real estate, informations that will help you to help you in taking decision with respect to real estate opportunity, information with respect to policies, state policy, federal policies that you can take advantage of in order for it to enhance your return on investment. One of the things I want to discuss today is based on demand for site and servicing schemes. Okay, and as we know, wherever there is a demand, there is need for supply. As far as Nigeria is concerned, presently, we by 2050, Nigerian population will be growing to 400 million. Okay, and that is a demand for housing. Okay, so there is housing deficit. So because of this, there is a demand for site and service scheme. Okay, likewise, as we speak, presently, as we speak, we have over 20 million housing deficit in Nigeria. Okay, 400 million population with 20 by 2050. I mean, and presently we have 20 million housing deficit. So there is a demand for site and service scheme. What are the factors? Why do I believe that there is a demand for site and servicing scheme? And why am I informing you? Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you in order for you to take advantage of this information to invest rightly. Okay, so there are several factors that proves that there is a demand for site and servicing scheme. Some of these factors we discuss, I will enumerate in this video. First, let's start with those factors. Number one is population growth and urbanization. Okay, there is massive population growth. I just spoke to you guys, I just shared with you guys that by 2050, the population of Nigeria will be growing 400 million in numbers. Okay, so I will explain more with respect to population growth. I will explain to you what this population growth and urbanization, how does this increase the demand for site and services scheme. But let me state, as I've said, let me state these factors that makes me believe that there is demand for site and services scheme. Number one is population growth and urbanization. Number two is affordable housing demand. Number three is government policies and initiatives. Okay. Number four is private sector participation. Number five is flexible development timelines, okay, which has to do with payment timeline. And number six is regulations and security tensions, okay. So security tenor, okay. Everybody wants their property to be secured. Everybody wants their property to their money, their investment to be secure. And that's why I always say that the best solution for demolition is for you to invest in site and service scheme. There are challenges too, and we have three. I'm going to share with you three challenges with respect to challenges that is affecting sites and service scheme, which I've explained in my previous video. But I just want to enumerate this in order for you, those of you who are watching this video for the first time, can have a full information of what I'm trying to share with you. The challenges it's always around high infrastructure costs, and that is why we need investors like you to collaborate with us, to partner with us in order for us to accomplish the site and services scheme projects that we have at hand. Okay, and likewise, one of the reasons is access to finance. There is poor access to finance as far as Nigeria is concerned, as far as Africa is concerned, and that was why I share with you guys. I share with you different investment vehicles in my last video. I discussed about real estate trust fund, okay, scheme. I discussed about real estate crowdfunding, and likewise I discussed on real estate partnership. Okay, these are access to financing, which we are asking you guys to collaborate with us in order for us to achieve these site and service development. Number three is bureaucratic delays, okay, which has to do with delays with respect to government. I've discussed about this in my previous video, okay, and I share with you how we at Freedom Homes, we have a way in which we facilitate our documentation, okay. So now I believe that the first thing we need to discuss about is, as I've said, what demand for site and service schemes in Nigeria. Is there any demand for site and service schemes in Nigeria? Okay, before I go further, please try as much as possible to share this video. Try as much as possible to like this video. Okay, so is there demand for site and service scheme in Nigeria? Yes, there is demand for site and service scheme in Nigeria. There is enormous demand for site and service schemes in Nigeria. And the factors, the reasons why I believe that there is demand, the reason to buttress my point that there is demand are things that I've enumerated at the beginning of this video. I spoke about, I made mention of population growth and urbanization. I made mention of affordable housing demand. I made mention of government policies and initiatives. I made mention of private sector's participation. Private sectors now are now coming into site and services scheme development. I made mention of flexible development timelines, and likewise, I made mention of regulations and security tenors. Okay, so what is site and servicing scheme? If this is your first time of watching my video with respect to site and servicing scheme, I know the first question you want to ask me is, what is site and servicing scheme? Okay, so as we discussed, site and servicing scheme, it is when the government or private individuals provide infrastructures like roads, drainage, electricity, water on plots of land for buyers to develop at their own time pace, at their own time frame. When the government or private investors, private sectors like Read-Up Homes, like UAPDC, like GTest Home, like Landred, etc., etc., when they invest, when they provide infrastructures, okay, they provide infrastructures like roads, like drainage system, like electricity, like water on plots of land for buyers to buy and develop at their own pace. Okay, when you have a land that is provided with all these infrastructures like roads, drainage, electricity, water, okay, you have a plot that is being provided with this. Those are plots we call service plots, okay, because everything that you need in order for you to kickstart your development has been provided. So that is what we define as site and service scheme. Okay, an estate that is site and service scheme is an estate that has every infrastructure, ready infrastructure of water, electricity ready, roads ready, in order for you to come and start development. Okay, so as I've said, what are the key factors that enhances, that makes me feel, that proves to me that site and servicing is highly demanded for in Nigeria? As I've said, number one is population growth and urbanization. Nigeria population is growing. As far as Africa is concerned, Nigeria has the largest population. Okay, there is no doubt about that, and research proves that Nigerian population will grow to over 400 million by 2050. Okay, since Nigerian population will grow to over 400 million by 2050, and presently we are in 2024. Okay, that is 26 years time. Okay, there is need for us to start creating site and servicing environment, okay, for people to start buying land, for people to start investing into their future. Okay, and that is the need. As I've said, that is the need for affordable housing. Likewise, okay, cities like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Asaba, okay, is creating, they are demanding for housing units, they are demanding for enormous number of houses, because if you come to states like in Lagos now, there are a lot of people that still need environment where they can live in. There is shortage of houses in Lagos, okay? And that is why if you invest your money into site and servicing environment, site and servicing scheme now, you are going to make a very huge return on investment, okay? So likewise, another reason why you need to invest in site and servicing is because it allows control expansion, okay? Especially when we talk about control expansion especially with respect to peri-urban area. Peri-urban area, we explain what peri-urban area means to you, and likewise suburban areas. For example, if you go to cities in Abuja, if you go to Abuja central area is well populated. So that is why you see them creating suburban areas like Gwagwalada, Lugbe, etc., etc. Likewise, Lagos is in demand of that, and that's why you see that people are now living in Ogun State. People live in Ogun State and they come to Lagos State to work. People live in Ekpe. Those are peri-suburban area. So if you are a very smart investor, I will advise you, based on this population growth and urbanization that I just explained, take advantage, invest your money in site and service scheme real estate development at this very moment. Number 2 on my list is affordable housing demand. People are looking for affordable housing demand. As we all know, real estate in Nigeria is quite expensive. Traditionally, real estate development in Nigeria is often very expensive for average citizen. Okay, average citizen cannot afford to buy houses in Lekki Phase 1. They can't afford to buy houses in Wuse. They can't afford to buy houses in top areas, in high-born areas of Port Harcourt. Okay, so this set of people, this middle class, they are looking for a way to get affordable housing. Okay, that is why this solution for them to have an affordable housing is for us to provide a site and service scheme for them, whereby they can invest their money, okay, with site and service scheme in some peri-suburban area, and as I've mentioned, in some suburban area. Okay, it will help them in order for them to be able to purchase that land and build with respect to time. Okay, so site and service schemes offer more affordable entry point, in the sense that it gives them access instead of them thinking of gathering money. And there is a bad finance system. There is bad mortgage system with respect to Nigeria. So it's always hard for people. It's only few numbers of people who can gather the money and purchase the property at once. But with site and service scheme, they can buy the plot, and after buying the plot, they have the time in order for them to develop that property on the plot of land. So it gives them an easy entry point. Easy entry point in the sense that, okay, I might decide that I want to buy a plot, a land on a site and service scheme land estate today. Okay, and in the next 5 years, I'm going to gather the money. I'm going to save money that I'm going to use to develop the property, to develop the building. So it gives middle class investors access, low entry point, in order for them to invest in real estate development. Okay, so these schemes helps housing deficit estimated to about 20 million units, which I've said earlier on. This scheme, with site and service scheme, this 20 million housing deficit unit can be depreciated. Okay, with site and servicing, the number of housing units will be depreciated. So this creates a huge demand for service plot, and that is why I said this is my number 2 factor. Why there is demand for site and service schemes. Number 3 on my list is government policies and initiatives. States like Lagos State, Ogun State, they are creating government policies that helps private investors, private businesses, private companies to collaborate with them in order for them to create site and service scheme estates. Okay, that is why you are saying that a lot of people now, a lot of people are migrating. People, as I've said earlier, people are migrating from Lagos State, they are moving into Ogun State. Okay, because the government have created policies that enable them, that make them, that give them the room for them to invest in site and service scheme right now, and within a particular period of time they can come back and start development. Okay, so government initiatives, government policies and initiatives, okay, as enable states like Ogun State, like Lagos State. I believe Abia is still one of the states that the government policy is trying as much as possible to enhance site and service scheme. I've explained this and more in my previous video, whereby I discussed about government policies you need to keep an eye on before you take decision with respect to investment. In that video, I explained to you guys, I said it's not all about the return on investment. You might have a very high return on investment, but when the government policies are not right, they will eat up your return on investment. But when you understand how the government policies and initiatives work, you can use it to your advantage in order for you to have a very huge and a very good return on investment. I believe you guys are learning something. If you are learning something, try as much as possible to share this video as much as you can. Likewise, try and like this video. Likewise, try and follow us on every of our social media. Number 4 is private sector participation. Okay, companies like Read Homes, UPDC, Chetas Home, GTES, okay, have increasingly taken the lead, okay, in site and service schemes, okay, especially in states like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ogun State, and Asaba. And why are we taking the lead? We are taking the lead because we realize that it is a profitable venture, okay, offering land in prime or emerging locations, okay, with necessary infrastructures, as I've said, in peri-urban area and suburban area, offering land in those prime locations with ready-made infrastructure, okay, is quite profitable. And that is why we want you as an investor to collaborate with us. Okay, do you want to partner with us with respect to the development, or you want to invest, you want to buy into our site and service scheme? Please, if you have interest in partnership, or you have interest in buying from our site and service scheme, please slide into our DM. Send me a message on bash@redoc.int.com. Okay, and likewise, you can reach me on 0814 028 5704. Okay, so we are doing our best in order to provide a necessary infrastructures, okay, while leaving constructions to buyer. With site and services scheme, all we need to do is we provide land. When we provide the land, we provide every infrastructure that each resident, each buyer will need, and we leave them to construction. So if you are investing with us, we leave you, if you are buying a service plot from us, we leave you to your construction. And if you want us to be the one to construct for you, we come to the negotiation table, we discuss about how much it's going to cost for us to construct the house, the property that you need. Okay, so as you see that we developers, we are moving into site and services scheme because we realize that it is a profitable venture. I'm employing you, I'm encouraging you guys to, those of you who have box money, who wants to partner with us, please, you are welcome, so that we can share the profit together. Number 5 on my list is flexible development timelines. Okay, one major attraction of site and services scheme is that they provide flexibility in construction timelines. Okay, it's not everybody that has huge amount of money to buy property at once, and it's not everybody that has that huge amount of money to develop property at once. So this is an opportunity for middle class. It's a market for middle class investors, those who doesn't have that huge amount of money, those who are still depending on their salary, those who have to save before they will be able to develop in order before they will be able to build a house they can live in. Okay, these flexible development timelines proves that there is a demand for that market of site and servicing. Okay, so buyers can purchase a plot of land and develop it accordingly to their financial capacity without pressure of immediate construction. Okay, this make it particularly appealing to middle class families and young professionals. Okay, there are so many young professionals who doesn't have that huge amount of money. Okay, but they need a place to live in. Okay, with site and servicing scheme, they can buy the plot of land, and with time they can continue, they can consistently build. Okay, they can build based on their financial capacity. With these flexible development timelines, it should be obvious to you, it should be you should be convinced that yes, there is a demand for site and servicing scheme. Number 6 on my list is regulation and security tenure. Okay, uh few months ago it was common, it was popular that there are a lot of demolition going on in several states in Nigeria, which is true. And I did a video with respect to that. You can go and watch that video. And I said the solution to demolition is for you to invest your money in a site and service scheme environment. Okay, because the reason why you need to invest in site and services scheme is one, based on the process you need to go through, the developer needs to go through before the site and the estate can be accredited, can be confirmed, and can be publicized as a site and service scheme estate, which I've explained in my previous video. So for regulation and security tenure, it's always advisable that you invest your money in a site and service estate. Okay, not all these upgraded commercial or upgraded omonile estates. Okay, so former site and service scheme offer buyers greater security of tenure compared to purchasing land in informal unregulated market. Okay, what I mean by informal unregulated market is when you buy your property on a street, you buy your property outside an estate. Okay, that is an on land, is an informal unregulated market. Okay, and these are where you have issues of dispute, you have issues of encroachment, you have issues of demolition. Okay, so with you investing in a site and servicing scheme environment, you have the legal backing and proper documentation, okay, in these schemes. Okay, and this ensure a greater protection for you as a landowner. Okay, so as I've said, these are the reasons why there is demand for site and servicing scheme estate. There is huge demand. Okay, one, as I said regulation and security tenure, flexible development timelines. People they are demanding for places they can have flexible development timeline. It's not everybody that have that huge amount of money, okay, to invest in property at a goal. Okay, and likewise private sector participation. A lot of private sectors are participating. They are collaborating with both government and other investors like you. And as I said, number 4 is government policies and initiatives. There are states like Lagos State, like Ogun State. I said maybe Abia have joined. They are trying as much as possible to create a middle ground whereby middle class people, middle class investors can have a home of their own. People like government workers, they need a place that they need a place they can invest in, that won't take them, that won't demand huge amount of money from them. And likewise, I said housing, affordability of houses. Okay, the houses, as I've said, Lagos State, in Nigeria generally, real estate is very, very expensive. Okay, so people need affordable houses. And likewise, number 1 on my list was the population growth and urbanization. I said by 2050, Nigerian population will grow to 400 million. Okay, and presently we have 20 million housing deficit. So these are enough reasons why you need to know that there is huge demand for site and servicing scheme. And the essence of this video is for you to collaborate with us. It's for you to join us in order for us to achieve this uh, this site and servicing development together. I believe you guys are learning something. Okay, so these are the demand. These are the 7 reasons, as I've said, when there is a demand, there is need for supply. So we are calling on you, investors and buyers, to collaborate with us in order for us to provide a supply for this demand. Okay, are there no challenges? I've discussed about these challenges in my previous video. Okay, but for the sake of those who are watching me for the first time, what are the challenges in before we can achieve this site and servicing scheme? Okay, high infrastructure cost, number one. That is the number one. Okay, it takes a lot of, it demands a lot in providing infrastructures like roads, like drainage and electricity. Okay, they can be very costly, and this relatively leads to higher land prices in some schemes. Okay, that is normal, that is part of it. But where the issue is coming from, where we have issue, is funding. Okay, we need you guys to collaborate with us, okay, in order for us to be able to combat this high infrastructure costs. Okay, and in one of my videos I've explained that it's always good for us that if we want to start development, it's always good we buy every of our infrastructure at once, due to this irregular fluctuation in dollar. Okay, so number 2 challenge is access to finance. That is normal, is part of what challenges that we face with respect to this site and servicing scheme. Okay, so despite the affordability of land itself, land is affordable, many buyers struggles to access finances, okay, for construction, okay, and construction of homes due to high interest rate and limited mortgage options in Nigeria. That is why I did a video with respect to different investment vehicles, where I discussed about real estate crowdfunding and real estate projects. Okay, real estate proposal. Okay, which has to do with joint venture, whereby we come together, we collaborate together, and we achieve this together. Number 3, finally, is there no bureaucratic delays? Of course, there are bureaucratic delays, but as far as now is concerned, there is improvement. Improvement in the sense that a lot of states are taking advantage of what other states are not taking. I heard that in Abia State now, it takes a very short period of time for you to access to get your CFO. Okay, outside that, we personally, we have links, we have access, we have a way in which we make sure that all these bureaucratic delays, like documentation, title perfection, okay, doesn't discourage us. We have a way in which we maneuver all these things. Okay, so the essence of this video is to show you the opportunity that is available with respect to site and servicing scheme. Okay, the demand for site and servicing scheme, and how you can take advantage of it in order for you to double, in order for you to increase your return on investment. Okay, so please, if you have interest in collaborating with us, please do not hesitate to contact us. Send us an email on bash@redoc.int.com. You can give me a phone call either on my WhatsApp 0814 028 5704. Try as much as possible to share this video as many times as you like. Okay, and likewise try and like our videos. Likewise, follow us on every of our social media platform. I believe you've learned something. I believe you see reasons why there is demand for site and servicing scheme in Nigeria and in Africa. I believe you've seen reasons why you need to come and invest with us with respect to site and servicing scheme. As I said, by the year 2050, the population of Nigeria will be growing to, will be skyrocketing to over 400 million in numbers. Okay, these 400 million numbers, they need a place to stay, they need an environment to live, and presently we are having over 20 million housing deficit. That is the number one way in which you will realize that there is demand for housing, because there is housing deficit. And as I often say, the foundation of real estate is through site and servicing. Okay, so let's deal with the foundation, and at the end of the day, we appreciate everything we've done together. Thank you guys for watching this video, and bye for now.